Hey golfers, it's Dave from Fit2 Golf. Today I'm doing a review of the Maltby MS Plus series of wedges from the Golfworks. As you can see, I own three of these wedges, the 50 and the 54 in the tour grind, which I'll get into in a second, and then a 58 in the wider sole. Let's get started with the review. So this is a really versatile line of wedges. There are multiple lofts at three different sole widths. So there's the tour, which is 0.9 inches. Then there's a wider version, which is just over an inch wide, and then another that's a bit wider than that, I think about 1.2 inches wide. Now the reason why having a wide wedge is really important for most recreational golfers is that sole width adds effective bounce, and that increases the versatility and the ease of hitting the club, especially out of different types of lies. You can determine whether a wedge has standard increased or greatly increased bounce by taking one of these wedge gauges and applying it to the face, doing some calculations, and you can see if there's increased bounce over the stated bounce on the club. So these are cast wedges. They have a DBM finish on them, which is diamondized black metal. This is a very durable finish. I find that it wears very well. You get an idea of what it looks like when it's brand new. And then here's what it looks like after 3 years of heavy use. Some wear on the sole, a little bit also on the bottom edge of the club, but it really helps, I think, to protect the grooves. These are still really sharp, and I don't see any need to replace these anytime soon, even after 3 years of heavy use. Another nice thing about the design is it's built to have a little bit more forgiveness out towards the toe, which is where research finds most amateur golfers mishit their chips or pitches. I don't know if you can see the ball markings from the range on here, but mine are out towards the toe, so you get some nice forgiveness with that. So the build on these wedges for me, the 50 degree has a True Temper LT Score shaft. I wanted to get a shaft that I could get to be in line with my Nippon NS Pro 950 GH stiff shafts that are in my TE Forge. Now, when they're cut to length, being a taper tip constant weight shaft, they come in at 94 grams. These are a parallel hosel, so I needed to use a parallel shaft, and so I chose the True Temper because after I trimmed it to frequency at the tip and then length at the butt end, it came in at 95 grams. I play the 50 degree wedge at 35.5, and that wedge is swing weighted at D4. The other two wedges, the 54 and the 58, I rarely take full swings with those. I wanted them to be a little heavier, so I installed FST high rev shafts in those. These are nice and heavy. They bring the swing weight up a bit to D5. You can really feel them in your swing because they're really stable. I'll put some video up now of some swings. I took some pocket-to-pocket shots with first the 58 and then moved on to some of those with the 54. Hopefully you can hear the ball a little bit. I find the DBM finish to be a little clicky, although it's a cast club, you're going to get that. And actually when you hit a nice strike, it has a really pleasing sound. I moved on to some flop shots with the 54 and also some bump and runs. Now I know it's a wedge review and some people are expecting spin numbers, and I'll put some spin numbers up in a bit, but you know, spinning with a wedge is about loft and speed and technique and the ball, and yes, it's also about the design of the club and the grooves, but it's about many things. But I want to put some numbers up here to show you that these spin really quite nicely. So what I did was I took 4 shots, took the range balls, Srixon range balls, so kind of a firm, durable ball. I put the stickers on them so the Mevo would pick up the spin numbers, and hit 4 pocket-to-pocket shots with each wedge. So, for an L to L swing with a 50 degree wedge, I was carrying the ball 71 yards and a spin of 9,330. With the 54, which I don't think I hit quite as crisply, but I got a carry of 59 yards, again with a pocket-to-pocket swing, and spin of 8,236. With the 58, I got a carry of 50 yards with that kind of swing and a spin rate of 10,571. I'm pretty happy with those spin numbers. Again, I think I didn't quite hit the 54 as well as the other two, but you know, those numbers, especially that 58, that'll stop pretty quickly on a green. I might even get some spin back. So overall, I'm really impressed with these wedges. I like the durable finish. I like the multiple sole width options and the loft options. I like the price. This comes in at, I think, around $35 a head, which is quite a bargain. I really can't think of any negatives about this series of wedges. I'm happy to be carrying 3 of them in my bag and use them a lot and feel confident when I do. So my rating is an eagle. These are just a terrific set of wedges. So post your comments below. Let me know what you think of the review. Let me know what wedges you play, if you've tried these, maybe some of the other Maltby wedges. Subscribe if you haven't. Try to stay positive during this winter weather.